Hi, this is Jeff from the Ozark Mountains. That's in Missouri, in the USA. Well, we're sitting at the retro computer table here, so that must mean it's time for another Ferengi Friday. Ferengi Friday is where we take a look at the recent acquisitions that have made their way into the shop. So grab yourself a Rectagino and let's jump right in. Thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring this video. They do circuit boards of all sizes, small circuit boards, medium circuit boards. They can even assemble them for you. Be sure to check out their website and the 4th design contest, which is running right now. So head on over to PCBWay for all of your PCB needs. This box is a donation, and I know what it is. Comes from someone who's been very generous and donated quite a lot of things. We have a box here. Wow, that's the original box the drive came into. This is a whole box of vintage floppy drives. Wow, that is a very chunky half-height drive. It's a TIAC J45080. It's in very good condition with the original packaging. I wonder if that's ever been installed. I mean, it even has the screws with it. Wow. Now, TIAC FD54B-02-U. I'm not sure off the top of my head what size this is, if it's a 360K or what, but I'll pop it up here on the screen. I'll look it up after the fact. That is just in immaculate condition. That's amazing. Oh, lots and lots and lots of drives. Look at this. Wow. This is going to have to get me motivated to finishing up my 1541 duplication station, which has a SuperCard Pro in it, which I can use to test all these out. Let's have a closer look at these guys. Okay, loose drive, that was drive 1, and there's 2, 4, 6, 7 drives total. There is the first loose drive. See what it is. It is also quite clean. It's a type that has a big chunky stepper motor in here. It's also a TIAC. Yeah, that is also really, really clean. Normally these guys are all full of dust bunnies. Yeah, what model number is this? This is a TIAC FD55GFR. So I will pop up on the screen here what sort of drive this is. It's got a heavy cast aluminum frame, a grounding lug. This one's a little yellowed, it's been used, but it's super clean. It's kept in a clean environment. It's kind of a weird bracket there. It is another one that's got the big chunky stepper motor. Much larger circuit board and all sorts of plugs and wires here that are all individual. So it's like a bunch of individual things all plugging into the same header. 3 different pots on it. An odd socketed chip. It's clean. Looks like it's been used though. And this is It says manufactured for IBM Corporation. It also says it's a 1.2 megabyte drive, YD-380. Made in April of 1987. So that would have been the spring when I graduated high school. Oh yeah, this is much lighter. It's not quite a heavy duty as a drive. It's kind of a later generation. Compact spares. And this says Canon right here. Oh, that reflection is doing a number on the auto exposure. You can see we've gone away from the big chunky stepper motor to this little guy. Well, this says Canon 5501, and this says Compact Spares 112566-001. There's not much else on it to signify a manufacturer, so maybe it is a Canon. The circuit board says, if I can get it in frame, K36-0357-02. I will pop it up here if I can find some information on that guy. Oh, this is a little push button eject. A nice slim drive. You can see how that's only about 3/4 the thickness of a half height drive. Oh, this is another big chunky one with a cast aluminum frame, big chunky stepper motor. This looks like the other IBM, I think, or the TIAC, I guess. TIAC FD55GFR. Yep, that's like that other one. So, about the same deal. A little bit dirty on the front. You know, just it's been used, but it's super clean. This is cleaner than most I've come across. And what is this guy? Oh, this is completely different. Look at this. Wow. Another big chunky stepper motor. This thing has all sorts of 7400 series logic on it. I've not seen one exactly like that. It's got that same odd white chip there. This one's kind of half out of the socket. Oh, it's like up against this jumper right here. Yeah, this has been used. It's in good shape. It's an Alps mechanism. And on the back here, it says Alps Electric Company, DFC22B05A. So I will look that up and pop it up here on the screen to see if we can find out some more information about that. Yeah, this one doesn't. A lot of the newer drives have an interlock where you can't close it unless there's a disc in there, but this one doesn't. Interesting. All this discrete 7400 series logic really has me baffled. Not seen one like that before. Okay, our last candidate looks like one of the TX that we had looked at before. Cast aluminum frame, chunky stepper motor. Pretty similar on the bottom, but not quite the same. This is a TIAC FD55BR. Oh, warranty void if removed, so I guess we shouldn't peel that sticker off of there. So you can see how much more modern this looks than the one with all the 7400 series logic on it. And this one will also close without a disc being in there. Interesting. Look at how well this box is packed. They've got extra bracing on the corner. Everything's taped up nice. It's just amazingly done. This is about an 11 kilogram box, which is a lot because it's for pocket computer stuff, just one set of pocket computer stuff. I have to figure out how to get in this. Maybe if we do this, I'm going to take this off of here, put all the tape along the sides. I've been chastised in the past for using English measurements rather than the metric system, so I thought I would go way back further than that system was measurement to give you an idea how big this is. See, my arm stretches all the way across here. This is 1 cubit. And this is about 3/4 of a cubit. There are mixed fractions in cubits. So you're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. When I was on the Zen Market website setting up this shipment, I left him a note and said, hey, I'd rather pay a little extra for shipping and make sure that everything inside the container this was already in, make sure all that's individually wrapped and this is going to arrive here safely. Because although it comes in a container designed from the factory to hold everything, it wasn't meant for shipping internationally in that container. I can be even less precise. Oh, lots of bubbly. Look at that. Oh, they did such a good job. Okay, here we go. This was portable computing back in the day. All 22 pounds of it. What a nice case that is. Oh my goodness. Just look at this thing. Oh, that's awesome. It's not real leather, but it's in really good condition. The brass work is tarnished with age. That does look like it might be real brass though, so I wonder if that can be polished up. I suppose you would have to put some masking tape around these things and be really careful not to get it on the material here. What is in here? Oh no. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I think those hinges are, yeah, those are designed to do that. Yeah, if you can see that, that's just kind of a U-shaped hinge, so it's designed so you can take the top of the attaché case off. And this center divider comes out. And it's got this rectangle here with a grid and all sorts of icons and numbers. The numbers are upside down from the icons. Like this. This says 411, 412, 413, etc. This is just slightly dirty here. In the top, there is some documentation. Sharp CE 153. Japanese documentation for that. And this will give you a sneak peek what that is. It looks like a big tablet. CE 152 manual. Which that gives you a sneak peek what the CE 152 is. You probably saw this already. A PC 1500 manual. You know me. I'm crazy about the PC 1500. The Japanese manual for that. That looks well thumbed through. What else is in here? some documentation about memory modules and batteries, and a bunch of stuff in Japanese that I can't read. Oh, that looks like a name card type of thing there. Oh, that zips open. Let's see what's... Or maybe it was open. Yeah, it was open. And inside there's a CE55 module documentation, which is the memory module. And lots of stuff here. CE157, which is the 4K RAM module. I've got this origami paperwork here. Wrong somehow. That looks like it goes like that. That goes like that. That goes like that. Something like that. CE156 manual, which is a cassette tape or something to do with the cassette tape. Some type of... Oh, this is even the manual for this clear case. Oh. And that's the 8K RAM expansion book. I hear something rattling around in there. This is, oh, that's the cable to connect that tablet type thing. And another manual showing you how the inside of this is supposed to be laid out. So, from what I could see in the pictures where this was listed, it looked in really good condition, but you never know till you get it in your own two hands. This is like a little musty or something here. Yeah, okay, let's rotate this around so we can see how all this stuff is stored in here. It's definitely going to need a clean. This is the PC 1500 with the CE130. It's connected up to the accompanying tape drive. Let's see if we can get this out of here. This whole thing's going to be taken apart and cleaned. And I hope there's no batteries left in here. Let's take that apart and see. Interesting, we had the RAM module documentation, but not... Yeah, I think all the leaky stuff is from the nicad battery, so I'm going to have to yank those out of there really quick. That is the cover that goes on the bottom of that. And here is the CE153. This is just like a large input device. So you can put like a overlay on here and press the button, and that gets transferred to the computer. This is called the software board. Yeah, all this needs wiped off desperately. And it's all designed to fit in this case and be used in this case. And this is a power outlet adapter, so everything can be plugged in together. So this little guy is the AC adapter for the cassette deck. This is the one for the CE150, and I think these are just kind of like little wiring cubbies here. Wow, okay. Well, I am sure that this thing is not going to work right off the bat given the amount of battery juice there is on everything, but these guys come up so infrequently that I just jumped at the chance. And this looks like it's well used. The paint on this front edge here is kind of worn off. Of course, that could be from the being trapped in here with the leaking nicad batteries. Of course, this has been run on the AC adapter the whole time, so there's no batteries in it. I'll get a screwdriver and we'll check this guy. And then I think I'm going to wipe this down, everything really good. And we'll pop open this and pull the nicad out and see how horrific it is on the inside. Let's start out with seeing if there's a horror show inside the battery compartment on the computer itself. Oh yeah, there is. I can hear it. Oh yeah. Yep. I'll pull those bad boys out of there. Nice and crusty. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, what's the damage? Got some pretty rusty looking springs, completely falling apart springs. But certainly not the worst I've ever seen. Really. That jumper right there is the worst of it. But we don't know how much is leaked to the inside. Okay, I connected the bench power supply up to the battery terminals. Set the supply for 6 volts at 100 milliamps. And we'll turn the supply on. Hey, look at that. It still actually works. Yeah, the display is a little dim. It's not even drawing up enough current to recognize. So what this is saying, it's like, hey, you lost power. So, no, 0. And that just resets everything. So, okay, well, at least the computer part works. And we'll need to clean this up and fix up the battery compartment, which we just learned about in the last video. So we'll go ahead and grab that CE150 now and take that thing apart and get that nasty leaking nicad battery pack out of there before it does any more damage. Okay, here is our CE150. And what I'm worried about here is, there we go, getting that nicad pack out of there. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. This is not bad externally, but internally is probably another matter. I think we got the printer problem too, which doesn't surprise me. This whole thing is kind of sticky. Just give it a quick wipe down to try to keep that off of my fingers. All right, so let us pop this thing apart. Yeah, it's got a crack right here. That looks like an old crack though. Okay. As I recall, all of these screws are the same. Yeah, okay. I think I do have to take these other 3 screws out, which are different. Open that like a book. And let's rotate him around like so. There we go. Yeah, there is a broken bit here on the printer, which is why the cables are so floppy. I don't know if it's broken or just out of place, but I've got a few extra mechanisms, so that's not a big deal. It's also something kind of wonky there. Oh crap, I just dropped it. Some extra little pin. Oh, that looks a lot like that pin. I'm going to mark the printer plug, even though it really can only go in one way. Luckily, they made that plug in, which makes our life a whole lot easier. Now we can spin this guy around to have better access to it. And this one. These two are for this connector. Those do not come loose. And we have these two guys. Okay. That's the bracket that holds the battery pack in. And it's kind of a funky monkey looking deal. Like this. It's got 5 cells. And it's going to snip it right up here. These aren't too hard to make new ones with nickel metal hydride cells. There is the part number. See, since these are 1.2 volt cells, you need 5 of them to make 6 volts. Maybe it wasn't completely destructive inside this thing. Let's hope. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's not too bad at all. That is a huge relief. Yeah. Not twist that flex so much. Yes. That is a huge relief. Try to peek at this connection. We can see it there. This doesn't look all dark under here, so it's not been corroded by the battery juice. Okay, I think we can save this CE150. All right, so I think that's where I'll leave the CE150. I just want to get that nicad battery pack out of there and assess its condition, and it's okay. And before I put this back together, I'm going to go get my dog. Okay, we've got our cute little cassette deck. And it's a little dirty inside. Capstan roller is dirty, so it's been used, but not abused. Well, this didn't have any batteries in it, so there's no corrosion, so we're just going to wipe this thing down. To get that sticky battery residue off the outside so it doesn't attack the paint anymore. So we don't have time to work on it right now. We'll just keep it from being worse. I had an idea that maybe this paint issue here was from the battery corrosion, but it seems to be awfully worn away in some areas, and it's not anywhere in the case. So I'm guessing maybe it's a combination of the two. And it started wearing away, and having the battery fumes in there wasn't helping anything. So I'll just try to wipe all that stuff off of there for now. Try to keep it from getting any worse. Interesting thing about all these peripherals is that they all have their own ROM. The code for making them work is not stored in the computer. You plug the peripheral in and you plug the software in too. It says it is the software board CE153. Looks like it's missing a couple rubber feet there too. I wonder if we could finish de-stickifying this thing with a little alcohol. Let's see what that does. Well, that's certainly getting that loose stuff right off of there. Yeah, better. Got the stickiness off of there. Whatever was trapped in the stickiness. Got everything wiped down in our little attaché case pocket computer system here. Wiped down the case too, and it happened to occur to me that these little things, which were in this intermediate cover here, are actually overlays for that screen. And I don't even know if they've been out of there. There's no marks or anything on them. And there's little the rubber feet here poke down in these holes on this thing like so to keep it in place. And then it occurred to me that these marks here are from rubbing on this guy, so that's what's pouring the paint off of here, is this guy. This is supposed to set in here like this, then you snap it into place. I didn't bother routing all the cables and hooking everything up because it's all going to have to come back out of there again to test it out and get it working, but at least now we've taken the battery out so it's not going to leak anymore. We've cleaned up all the corrosion. We know that the computer works and that the CE150 looks pretty decent. Hopefully the tablet is okay, and hopefully the cassette deck is okay. They look okay other than the paint on the tablet thing. So we'll bust this out in another episode and go through it in great detail. Be interesting to see if it all works. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We certainly have a lot of floppy drives to fix up in an upcoming episode, and we need to finish going through this briefcase PC1500 system. Right now we just got it cleaned up a little bit and got that nasty old nicad battery out of there and the AA's from the computer itself, so they won't cause any more damage. At least we know the computer works, and the CE150 here looks like it should work as well. That's good news. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Just leave them in the comment section down there below. And thanks to everyone who helps support the Hey Birt channel through Patreon and other means. It's greatly appreciated. If you would like to find out some more information about that, well, just look down there in the description. There's a few links. If you're a subscriber, thank you. I really appreciate that. It helps out a lot, and it's very encouraging to see that subscriber count grow little by little. If you're not, well, what the heck are you waiting for? If you look down below, you'll see a rectangular box that says subscribe in there. Just click on that, dude, and it does what it says on the tin. Then you'll see a bell-shaped icon, and if you click on him, well, YouTube will be nice enough to let you know just as soon as I post a new video. Well, until next time, bye.